Yo. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy King DV, and I'm here with the bro Ham.
JC from JC Sports. Man, you already know who this is. Hey, am I on mute? Turn me up, man. Turn me up. But all right, so let's get into it, man. What's up, man?
What's going on, man? How was your week so far?
Good, man. Hey, look, it's Wednesday and possibly my last day at work because tomorrow I'm having a little procedure on my right knee. So, hey, who knows? But it is what it is, man. But hey, it's football season. Can't nothing mess it up for me. You know, preseason game this Friday. I don't care what's going on in my life. Hey, football is back, and let's get it.
Yo, what's going on, Jinx? What's going on? What's going on, Ethan?
Yo, Jinx, what's up, Jinx?
Yo, Dean, what's going on, bro?
Yo, Jinx, I'm still waiting for my jersey, Jinx.
So, yeah, if people don't know or don't watch our channels, man, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe on both channels, man. JC Sports Talk, myself, King DV Sports. We did go to the Eagles open practice on Sunday. So I just wanted to know, what was your experience like? How did you feel about the overall thing? And what did you like that you saw on the field?
Man, look, hey, that open practice, man, I had on-field, access. All right. So the only thing about it is there wasn't no Eagle logo, for me to take a picture around. The end zone was just plain green turf. It was good to be on the field, but I wanted more, man. I want to be at the 5, at the 10, touchdown, so I could see, the Eagle logo at the end zone. But, just to be there, just to be on the field, just to be looking up, at the stand, at the billboard, at the fans that was there at the time. I mean, hey, it was my first time. First of all, I've been to that stadium plenty of times, but I've never been on the field. Right. So I had a blast on the field, man. I did plenty of recording, plenty of pictures, but I mean, just the overall experience to be on, your team field. Like, I've never been on there, and there's a lot of fans that never even went to a game. But I actually went to plenty of games and actually went on the field. And, I mean, I had a blast, man. The whole field experience, man, the whole stand, almost 30,000 fans for practice, for open practice, 30,000 fans. I mean, I felt like I was ready to go play myself. Give me a helmet, one leg and all. I was ready to go. Buckle up, get my pads. I don't care. No practice. I didn't need it. I was just going to chase somebody. I mean, I was so excited, pumped up to see. I'm just to hear Dave Sabero, right, announce these players coming out the tunnels, man. Like the BG, last year, he got hurt, second game of the season, just to announce Jordan Davis, big Godzilla mother. What I'm talking about. I mean, it was exciting to see AJ Brown. Nice catch. It was an okay throw, but it was a better catch. It was an okay throw, but it was a better catch because the throw was underthrown. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like he had to reach.
It was leading him to the end zone.
He had to dive underneath to get the ball. That's underthrown.
He did.
But anyway, like I'm saying, a better catch than the throw. And people was like, oh my God, everybody is so hyped about Jalen Hurts throwing the ball. No, we're hyped about AJ Brown catching the ball, making Jalen Hurts look good. Just like A lot of these wide receivers make these quarterbacks look good. Dak Prescott, freaking Amari Cooper made them look good. Ryan Tannehill, AJ Brown made them look good. Freaking Josh Allen, his first 2 years, his third year, freaking Stephon Diggs make him look good. So you need some good weapons to make your quarterback, at least help your quarterback out. He will figure it out. But in the meantime, who are you going to put around him to help him out? So it was good to see that. And Miles Sanders, it was good to see Miles Sanders hitting the hole. Like, he wasn't tiptoeing around dancing. He was just hitting the hole. I love to see that. Overall, I got a chance to see offensive line versus defensive line. There was just trading blows like a 12-round boxing match, boom, offensive line, boom, defensive line. Like, nobody won. They both was kind of even to me. So it was great to see that. So
my experience was great, man. I was just taking it all in, man. Like, just being on the field and also just being in the long lines. It was humid as hell. It was hot. But even when we were out at the tailgate, like, it was just good to see the environment. Everybody was excited about the same thing. And it was just like great to see the team firsthand, not going off of what reporters off of Twitter say and things like that. It was just, I'm going to see the team. And
exactly,
the team was basically great to my point, except for probably Minshew at that open of practice. But Minshew do have a lot to work on. I think that the number 2 spot is up in the air. That's just me, but a lot of people saying that he needs to catch up and he can have time to catch up because Jalen's going to take most of the reps in the season. So I get it. But the catch to AJ Brown, yes, it was a tad bit underthrown. Now that I'm visualizing it, it was a tad bit underthrown, but we got a receiver that could go and get it. 1,
Absolutely.
2. I'm going to be honest with you, bro. That was not a touchdown. His knee hit. They tapped him and his knee hit. Before you
watch where's the ball? Like, his knee could hit. I mean, it was an inch-yard line.
His knee hit before the goal line.
I mean, upon further review, it was a touchdown to me, but it is what it is. I mean, that was an awesome catch.
But overall, man, like, the Bears, the everything that it means to be an Eagles fan was in that stadium, and I was just happy to be a part. I was happy to go live for how long I can, man. I just can't wait to get monetized so I can use YouTube instead of here. But it is what it is. But just have fun, man. But is that all you've seen?
Well, I love the fact that there were so many fans out there. I mean, so many fans for an open practice tells you that this season is about to be special. That the people of, the fans, not the people of Philadelphia, because there's more fans, outside Philadelphia too, that travels to go see the game. But it tells you that the Eagle fan base are excited and they can't wait to see this team on the field. On Sunday, Saturday, Thursday, Monday night, it doesn't matter. They will show up and show out. Even on the road, these fans will show 30,000. Like, some stadiums, probably hold like 40, 50,000. The Eagles practice had 30,000 and plenty more room to fill up. I think our stadium holds about 68,000 people. So, I mean, half the stadium was filled up cheering for the fans. You know what? And just looking at it, I saw a defense. Your Grandizer. Yes, I did meet up with Cool Cat. He was there. Key in the building was there. Of course, AK Eagles was there. I mean, it was E-Rock was there. I mean, it was so many Philadelphia Eagle content creators there. I mean, it brought tears to my eyes. You know what I mean? I was happy to meet a lot of people. It's one thing to kind of collab with these Eagle content creators, but it's another thing to actually meet them in person, to actually, greet, like dap it up, talk to each other in person. So it was a nice experience. So, but definitely. But like I was saying, like watching this defense on the field, watching this defense on the field is telling me that there's no way this defense cannot be. They should, but they cannot be a top 5 defense. I mean, because every day these guys are going against, like, especially AJ Brown. We have the top 2 DBs in the league in pass
Oh,
breakups. So
yo,
how the hell you could go against that and not be better? And you
facts.
beating them a lot of times, they beat, like, it's going back and forth. I mean, you challenge them, he challenged you. So I'm telling you, this defense impressed me a lot, especially the defensive line. Jalen Hurts had to run a lot because of defensive line. I know we're gonna get into it, but that's why I want to go there.
Yeah, the defensive backs really challenged the wide receivers and, made it a little tough because they already knew where the weakness was on the offensive line. And a lot of people, did not look at it like that. And we're going to get to that a little bit later. But I do want to touch on a big topic that came out recently. Jason Kelce elbow injury, man. How do you feel about it? Do you think that Cam Jurgens is ready to take over the starting position until he comes back?
I mean, look, it's not only. I will answer your question, but I mean, look, it's not even only the Jason Kelce injury, but the Philadelphia Eagles had 13 people that did not practice just
I did
based
see
on
that on your
groin,
Twitter.
hamstring,
Yeah.
like groin, hamstring, tooth.
Mhm.
Like, I mean, it's just like elbow. So 13 people overall that did not practice today. 2 was limited, Mariota and Dillard. But as long as these guys be back by September 11th, I'm good. I mean, the elbow injury is a cleanup. You know what I mean? Like tomorrow, right? Tomorrow I'm having a cleanup done to my knee. You know what I mean? But of course, you don't
Mhm.
want to, just go full blast. But he has a month. Like, it's a cleanup. Like, they're not going to go in there, repair anything, like torque anything, like cut and slice and dice, and awesome, man. And you out for half the year. No, it's a cleanup. A cleanup. Hey, he might have a couple bone that's chipping there, and it keep on bothering him when he's trying to push off. So now, and they try to go in there, just clean it up a little bit. And we didn't hear nothing teared, nothing, man, nothing broken or anything like that. He's getting his elbow cleaned up. It's
Mhm.
something that he was playing through last year. He was able to play with it. And this year, he felt like, hey, just let me get it cleaned up. I think there's going to be a special season. So just let me get it cleaned up. I'm not too worried. But let's just say that he's unable to go and his 122 game winning streak is on the line. I feel like regardless, Nick Sirianni is going to put him in just like he did last season in week 18 to
Mhm.
just snap the ball and get him out of there. You know what I mean? So basically, his streak is still alive, but he's not playing a full game. So I'm not really worried about that. And Cam Jurgens, to me, learning behind and working behind Kelce, throughout OTAs, throughout mini camp, and now through training camp, I really think that he will be able to step in, for 1 or 2 game and fill that role while Kelce, if he happened to miss a couple games. So I feel comfortable. And Cam Jurgens, like, look, the offensive line is so experienced that one position out of 4 is not going to, like, ruin the whole offensive line. Yes, I understand that the center is the brain of that operation, is the brain of the offensive line. You know what I mean? He got to call the blitz. He got to see. He got to change the protection and stuff like that. But I believe that the Nebraska center that we drafted will be fine, and Kelce will be okay.
So I think Kelsey would be okay. I'm with you. I was listening to Nick Sirianni's interview today, and he was basically saying that he was one of the toughest guys he ever met, and he was saying that even if he's not even 100%, I know he'll get on the field, and I'm gonna play him. So it was funny to hear you say that because that's exactly what he said on the interview. But as far as Cam Jurgens, he did take first team reps today, and they did say that he looked good. So it looked well going against
And
the
he's
defensive
going to
line.
take a first team rep for the rest of the camp.
Yeah, yeah.
Basically. So he got a whole month to take
Mm-hmm.
first team reps and possibly preseason reps
Mm-hmm.
while Kelce. So that is some,
Yeah, some
experience that he's
repetition
going to
things that
gain,
they could
some
go
real
through.
life
Yeah, I
experience.
hear you, and I think he's ready. What better time? Because remember, at draft night when they was like they drafted him second, we was like what? But
I
then
was
we
like,
start,
ooh.
but
I
then
was
we
like,
started to understand a little bit, like
I was,
why they did it.
all right, all right, good pick.
Right. Then we started to
All right,
understand a little bit. Then we was like, all right, cool. Because Jason Kelsey is getting up there in
good pick.
age, and maybe we need to,
Yeah.
look into the future. And then Kelsey was basically telling them to draft him. And now Nick Sirianni did go on to say that Cam Jurgens is like a sponge towards Jason Kelsey. So basically, he's doing little things that Jason is teaching him.
Yeah, he's
So
sucking in everything,
yeah,
man. He's just
so what I'm thinking is
absorbing
that he's gonna
everything.
he's gonna be ready. He's gonna be prepared.
Yeah, yeah, he'll be fine.
That line is not going to let him fail. And I'm just hoping the only thing that I am a little concerned about is if him being so young, if he's going to like draw flags and stuff like that. That's the
No
only thing.
concern. It's hard to draw. It's hard for a center to draw flags. You know why? The center, 9 times out of 10, is never wrong. Like, you know what I mean? Because those are the guys. Because they are saying on 1, on 2. So what flag are you going to draw? Some holding flags, maybe, but the pre-snap flags, I I don't see that happening with the center. He might get one, you know what I mean? But I don't see it like being an issue like your left guard if he was a rookie, you know what I mean? Getting beat because the first step was, you know what I mean? Like you're not even allowed to line up over the center really. So like it's just one of those things where they protect the center to the point where the center have time to react. So as far as the flag, I'm not really worried about that. What's going on, BJ31? What's up, man?
But overall, man, I just think that offensive line is deep right now as for down, and I think that we'll be
Yeah.
okay. The biggest loss was the left tackles, and we've seen that in the training camp. And once they started to come back, even though it was limited, we seen play improve on the offensive side of the ball. So,
Yeah.
Jing says, "What's up?" Jalen Hurts got has still a lot to prove. He does have a lot to prove. We're about to get into that. So, next topic. Devontae Smith. He missed his 5th practice today. So, is there any concern there? I know it's a groin injury, and I know groin injuries is not something that you want to joke around with. So, what do you think?
I if I'm not, I mean, because I don't want to say this, but last year it wasn't a hamstring or groin because he missed a few
I think it
practice
was a
last year.
hamstring.
Yeah, at the start of training camp. Also, look, I don't. As long as not pulled or teared, I think they are just being cautious with him. Like he really is one of those guys that don't need training camp because he know the system. He know Jalen Hurts. They had a great report last year, so I really think they are being cautious with them. Because I don't see no limp with like I mean he's not limping. Like a groin injury, man, yo. If you have a groin injury, like I have pulled my groin one time, and I'm telling you right now, yo, like man, it was a painful situation. Just bending over, just walking like an old man, like I had a cane. I mean, it is a tough situation. But I mean, I see him, catching the ball. I mean, jumping up to catch the ball just fine. So I think it's more of a caution thing than more of a serious injury to me. But hey, I could be wrong. But let's just say, all right, let's just say that Devontae Smith is, I mean, worst case scenario, he is, out a couple games. I'll feel comfortable because the Philadelphia Eagles are deep for the first time that I could say this, are deep at the wide receiver core. We do have so let's just take Devontae Smith out the picture.
Okay.
AJ Brown, you drop him in, he replaces Devontae Smith. Last year we had Devontae Smith, Quez Watkins, Devontae Smith, Quez Watkins, and Rager, right? So now Devontae Smith, he can't play 1 or 2 games. You put AJ Brown, Watkins, Zach Pascal, Rager. He's having a great camp. If he's not traded, Covey having a great camp, a slot wide receiver. So we are okay at the wide receiver position if he happened to miss 1 or 2 games. But I don't think he will. But I'm okay. It's early, like 18 games. 18 weeks is a long season. So to me, with the whole Kelce thing, trying to hurry up with Nick, shut it up, stop. Hey, he can miss 4 games. I don't care. We'll be fine. Devontae Smith, the same thing, because these guys, we are deep at certain positions that a lot of teams are not. So I'm comfortable if he had to miss 1 or 2 games, but I don't think the injury is serious, though.
I don't think it's serious. It's just a little concern from the fan base. That's why I put it on there. But overall, man, I do not want him. If anything, I would like for him to be back the last preseason game just to see where he's at. If he needs the other games in the first couple games of the regular season, then so be it. But I just wanted to see, like,
remember last year he played in the 3rd preseason game. Yeah. Remember, he didn't play the first 1 or 2, and then he played the 3rd preseason game. Him and Quez and stuff like that. So, we got time to see if he's going to play. Regardless if he does, a training camp or not, I really feel like that he'll be able to jump in there one way or another, just to try and get his conditioning back more than anything.
Right, but I do think that they're doing a good job with not rushing him back, and I think they're doing that just because they know that we're deep. And they know that they want to work these other guys. And we're going to get to one of the guys later. What's going on, Grandizer? I ain't forget about you. I did say your name, but, so let's get on Jalen Hurts, because this is what the people came to see. What we're going to say about Jalen Hurts. So some of the fans at the open practice, and also some fans on Twitter, and even a fan where I went to the grocery store, set up there and said, "Why is Jalen Hurts scrambling when they want him to throw?" I said, "No, the fans want him to throw more."
Yeah.
But it's so crazy how I'm not going to say his name on here because I'm not going to give him no credit, but I'm going to say ESP.
Everybody know that turd. Everybody know that turd.
But he's basically saying that Jalen Hurts had one of his best days because Jalen Hurts did some deep throws today. But every other
day, 30 yards deep and 25 yards deep. Okay, I guess.
I'm just saying. But then he sit up there and bash him when he has like the 1 interception, no touchdowns and everything. But he's still going like 12 for 17, 12 for 19. You know what I'm saying? So it's just training camp 1, 2. We got a top 10 defense, and 3. I think Jalen Hurts should not go away from his scrambling, because if Jalen Hurts go away from his scrambling, then that doesn't make him a threat, period, because he's working on his mechanics still and in game. And then also his arm is not all the way there yet. We all know that.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
Look, Jalen Hurts, when I went to open practice, I went to see him throw not to AJ Brown, to other wide receivers. So that was my biggest concern. That was number 1, because all training camp, we've been hearing about what? Hurts to Brown. It's just like he was kind of forcing it to Brown. Okay, I get it. He's new. He's your best friend. You know what I mean? Hey, you're trying to establish a rapport with him. But at the same time, I went to training camp, went to see could he throw it to other wide receivers, and to actually see this magical Hurts to Brown connection. All right, I saw one. I kind of saw the other, but a couple drop passes by Goddard, so that kind of took that away. But we know Hurts. We know that the Philadelphia Eagle fans know that Jalen Hurts could run the ball. We know that. He led the league in rushing for a quarterback last year, and led the league in touchdown for a quarterback last year, and broke the Eagle franchise touchdown record for a quarterback last year. So we know all that. So we don't need to see that no more. So, The reason why that some people are skeptical with the Philadelphia Eagles this upcoming season is because Jalen Hurts' limitation as a thrower, as a passer. So that's why I think that people are not mad that he's running a lot, but they want to see, okay, we want you to stay here, Hurts. We love you, Hurts. Go, Hurts. We love your mentality. We love your spoken words that you saying. We love the way you act, you carry yourself. You carry the city of Philadelphia very well. Right. We know all that. So we want you to stay here. We want him to get extended. We want him to be the long-term future, future of the Philadelphia Eagles. But we just want to see, come on, let us help you throw it a couple times. Just throw it some more. Just throw it a lot more than you run it. But I guarantee you this. During the game, a real game, I bet you $100. Matter of fact, $1,000 during the real game. Ain't nobody gonna give a rat's ass if he running or throwing. We getting first downs. We getting touchdowns. It doesn't matter. We winning games. It doesn't freaking matter. I guarantee you that. But right now, training camp, we want to hear that he's improving on his throwing and stuff like that. But game time, win at any means necessary. It doesn't matter how you win. A win is a win. With your leg, with your arm, it doesn't freaking matter. You can run like against the Saints game last year.
Yeah.
I don't think he threw for a touchdown.
No,
he ran for 3. He ran for 3. The running back ran for 1. Big play Slay had an interception return. Yeah. But people don't mention that. We beat the Saints. We blew the back out. You know what I mean? And we won the game. So, yes, it's good. You know what I mean? Like to say, hey, Hurts has to improve in passer. He does. He does have to improve in passer because a lot of games we lost was because he wasn't improving as a passer. But if we start winning these games and he's throwing just the right amount, he's running, nobody cares if he's like a Brett Favre or Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady. It was like we are winning, we're unstoppable. Oh my God, let's go. That's all I'm saying.
Jalen Hurts cannot stop scrambling because scrambling will help his confidence in his throwing game. I really believe that everything will open up for him because if he's a threat at running, then the pass is going to come easy to him. They already was working on passes over the middle with Quez Watkins. He could do that on the run at any time. The league is in trouble because that's deadly because you don't know if he's going to run for the first or he's just going to, pass it and let his guy do the yards after catch. So you don't know what you're getting yourself into. Like you said, he doesn't have to have the best arm. He doesn't have to have the Josh Allen arm or the Patrick Mahomes arm. All you have to do is do the right things, make the right plays to win games. He's not scrambling too much if nothing is there, i.e., when we were at the open practice and everything, I heard people say the whole time that, why is he scrambling so much? Why he not throwing the ball? Why he not throwing the ball?
Including me. I was saying it because guess what? It's practice. But the game is now on the line. So I want to see the improvement from practice. But I would not be saying the same thing because I saw the defense that he was going against. I saw he was running for his life a few times.
Right.
So, yes, I saw that. You know what I mean? So, but
he was only.
I was saying this, so I'm not going to be.
But he was only running for his life because his main 2 guys was out on that left side. So that's where everything was coming from. That's why he was running that way.
I mean, I hear you. But that whole offensive line was.
And I'm not trying to make excuses for him. I'm just saying that's a reason.
Well, that's the thing. Like, hey, you talking about scrambling because in open practice. So yes, these guys were out. I get it. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I get why the fans are saying, why ain't you throwing the ball? But we're fans. That's why we sit and don't get paid to play the game. That's why we broke as hell and work 9 to 5, 8 to 4, 7 to 3, whatever schedule you work, right. Because we're not good enough to play the game. So he's good enough to get there to see what's happening. Okay, if they're running and about to take my head off, I'm going to use my legs. He cannot stop. There's no such. Okay, look around the league. Name me 5 quarterbacks. There is a Tom Brady that is so stationary that team are saying, "Hey, we got to go in there and owning, defend the pass." Like this, like yo, I'm telling you, like this. Tom Brady's don't exist anymore. Who? Name me 5.
You got Matt Ryan still in the league.
Okay, yep, that's one. Yep, Matt Ryan. Tom Brady, yeah. I mean, you said Tom Brady, but okay.
But you said like a Tom Brady,
more.
so you
okay.
Can't say that.
Well, name me 3 more. So I gave you 2. I mean, I gave you a layup. So with Tom Brady,
you did. Well, he's in the league, but I don't think he's a starter now. Jimmy.
No, I need starters.
Okay.
Because
Stafford.
Who?
Stafford.
Well, Stafford could run now. Your Stafford is not no Statue of Liberty. Man, go check in Detroit Lion tapes. Okay. Matthew Stafford will get his yards. You know, if you rush him, who?
Kirk Cousins.
Kirk could run also. No, like there's no stationary quarterbacks anymore. Kirk could run. I'm telling you, Kirk could run. Like, trust me, Kirk Cousins could run.
Running doesn't mean just being able to get the first down 1 or 2 games.
That's what. No. Running is to get your ass out of danger. Period. You know what I mean? Yo, the pocket is collapsing. Man, Tom Brady do this. Oh, yo, he goes down. He don't escape the pocket. He just goes down. You know what I mean? So, and that's all I'm saying. Like the league is transforming into pocket passes like you had in a day, like your Drew Bledsoe's, your freaking Tom Brady, he's still there. Mm-hmm. Your freaking man, like it's kind of hard because I felt like that the league always had some kind of mobile quarterback, but Michael Vick took it to a whole nother level. You know what I mean? Like McNabb took it to a whole nother level. And now the league is starting to say, hey, look, we need to draft a quarterback that could, that are mobile. Let me see. Burrow, Charger quarterback. All those guys could escape the. You know what? I had all of them in fantasy football, and I'm telling you right now, they could escape the pocket. Joe Burrow could run, escape the pocket before he got hurt. Freaking oh man, what's the Chargers quarterback? The tip of my tongue. Blonde hair, tall guy, the future of the league. People say the future of the league. Justin Herbert. He could run. He ran at. I'm telling you, these guys can run. If the pocket is collapsing, these guys are running. So Jalen Hurts saw the pocket shrinking a little bit, collapsing. He run. So I'm okay with him escaping the pocket if your offensive line is not holding up the protection. But he cannot do it. If it's a clean pocket and you got time, that's where people have problems at. A clean pocket, you got time, just go through your progressions. 1, 2, 3 is not there. Okay, dump off. Is your running back there for dump off? I mean, anything before you take off and run. That's what people want to see.
Yeah, I agree, man, because I want him to go through his progressions before he ever actually make a decision on where he's going to go with the football. That's what I want him to do. I don't want him to sit up there and just go with the football and just throw it to make it so predictable that we could get in turnovers or broken plays. I want us to move the football down the field. So that's all it is. But do you think that A.J. Brown would be Hurts' target?
I mean,
the entire season, like the go-to target. Like, do you think he's going to force the ball to him all the time, or do you think he's going to eventually spread the ball out?
Is the sky blue? I mean, it's just one of them things that you could see automatically because Hurts needs someone to help him along the way. He trusts that A.J. Brown is going to win the 50-50 balls, right? So there was somebody said it Like when you throw, I think it was Barry Brooks, you know what I mean, from Jacob Media. He was like, when you throw the ball to AJ Brown, it's not a 50-50 ball. It's a 70-30 ball.
Mm-hmm.
Like he will catch the ball 7 out of 10 times you throw him the ball against coverage. You know what I mean? So he trusts him more. He will throw to other receivers if he sees them open. You know what I mean? But AJ Brown, he kind of like he will force it to him, which might lead into some bad plays, because teams are going to start doubling AJ Brown. And that's why my prediction is Devontae Smith will have a bigger year than AJ Brown. That's my prediction that Devontae Smith will have a bigger year than AJ Brown will, because I feel like that Hurts is going to try to force feed the ball to
AJ.
I'm AJ Brown,
Yeah.
and he gonna realize it and just start just throwing it around. I mean, like, and he doesn't need to, because AJ Brown was in a running first, a run first offense in
Offense. Yeah.
Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
So like he doesn't need to. But his best friend, you know what I mean? Like the friendship, even though he said, AJ Brown said this. He said, when we get on the field, we're no longer friends. We are, players, competitors. But once we leave the field, we're friends again. Okay, well, let's make sure that Hurts understand that, AJ understand that, because once you're not getting the ball, I don't want to hear no pouting and no rumors. Are you not happy? None of that, because professionally, if he's force feeding you the ball and we're not winning, then there's something wrong. So he needs to
Mm-hmm.
spread out the ball. So I'm hoping that's not the case. But so far, I'm just hoping, because AJ is new, that they're trying to build something. You know what I mean? Like he already got something with Devontae Smith. All right, so he already know what Goddard is about. But now he got to build that rapport with AJ Brown. So we'll see.
Hurts will be good utilizing his mobility, short yardage, and goal line throwing the ball.
Man, put Carr Smith comment up there, man. Hurst throws like you talk horrible.
Uh-huh.
Hey, Carr Smith, look. Hey, let me tell you something. It's easy to put your comments behind the camera. But could you jump on the screen and debate with me why you hate Jalen Hurts so much? Why your bias is blinding you from seeing that we have a special quarterback if he improved only 10%? Could you do that? Or are you a behind the scene kind of guy that just talk trash but can't back it up? I'm right here. I'm always here. So let me know, and then come on the screen, debate with me straight up, instead of this horrible comment you just put up.
And I'm gonna piggyback off of that. Basically, I just want everybody to know that we're not really Hurts biased. We know that he has a lot to work on. We know that
Facts.
he cannot throw as well as these other quarterbacks or anything like that, but he's still the quarterback of our team. So regardless, we're going to sit up there and root for the guy until proven otherwise. We can only go off of last season because he started the whole full season, but this is the first time that he actually started with the same coaching staff. So we got to kind of slightly give the man a break, especially with his best friend coming aboard in AJ Brown. We need to see how everything works together. We finally got a number one receiver. Not saying that Devontae Smith wasn't a number one receiver, but like JC just said, man, we are down to debate with anybody against the Eagles for the Eagles anyway. So, Carl, if you want to sit up there and talk about how you talk and everything like that, then hop on board, and I guarantee you that your comment is not going. It's going to be irrelevant.
I put like this, I put Carter like this, to sleep. You know what I mean? He will be sleep, because I feel like there's some people that it's easy to type stuff when you are not being seen or being heard. I mean, and it's fine by me. You know what I mean? I chose to do this. You know what I mean? I chose to be a content creator. I chose to be on Twitter, on Facebook, post certain things. People, hey, they correct my writing, my spelling. That's fine by me. I don't care. It's all fun and then with me. I have thick skin. But could you able to come on here and really say what you want to say, and be correct 100% of the time? That's it. But let's go.
To take on being a sports content creator, you got to know how to take criticism. You can't just sit up there and.
But that's life, period, though.
Yeah, you gotta learn how to take. You gotta have tough skin, and it's just funny. And I'm a comedian myself, so I can go with the best of them. So let's get off of that. And let's get on to this. So basically, my question to you is: will Quez Watkins do what Record couldn't last season and have a huge season this year? Because of the piggyback what you just said, AJ Brown's going to get double that time, so that's going to leave some people open. So could he, show out on what Record couldn't do last season? Because that's what we were expecting for Record to do.
All right. So you asked me this question before we got on here, right? And I looked it up. Quez, go back to Jersey. Look, I don't even know where you're from, but hey, look, it is what it is. But all right. So last year, you know what, Carl? Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for providing me these watch hours, for supporting me. You know what I mean? I have a special place in my heart for you, Carl. Thank you very much. And make sure you tune in every Sunday when I do the play-by-play too. And critique me all day. Just say I can't talk, can't spell. Give me them watch hours. Thank you, buddy. All right. So last year, Quez Watkins had 43 receptions, right, on 62 targets, 647 yards, 1 TD. His average yards per game was 38. So his average per play was 15 yards every time. They throw him the ball like a first down. I think that Quez Watkins, just based on AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, will be lucky to sniff 500 yards. Quez Watkins is not going to have. This might be a year like Carson Wentz 2019 season where he took the Eagles to the playoffs and got knocked out the first round, where no wide receivers was over 500 yards. I'm not going to say that no wide receivers is going to be over 500 yards. AJ Brown is going to be over 500 yards. Smith is going to be over 500 yards. Goddard is going to be. But Quez Watkins might be the guy that barely get 500 yards just because, Smith is going to win the one-on-one battle. It's like so appetizing. Like you cannot throw to Smith if he's being his guy. Goddard, like in the middle, big body. You know what I mean? You cannot throw to him. And then AJ Brown, quick throw, bubble screen, yak. So Quez Watkins might be the guy, that his stats take a dip because of an AJ Brown on the team, which is fine though. You know what I mean? Like as a slot receiver, especially especially when you have, 2 number 1 wide receivers. So why do you need your slot receiver to go off? You know what I mean? Like, especially with a good tight end, a 2 number 1 wide receivers, and you good. If Quez Watkins can get open deep, that will be his biggest threat is a deep ball to Quez Watkins.
Yeah.
Because Quez got the speed. He could get down. He's faster than Smith and Brown, so he could go down there, especially if the safeties are cheating up a little bit because the middle in the field, these yak yards are piling up. The little quick screen to AJ Brown. Everybody is moving up a little bit now. Boom. Jalen Hurts over the top, just like he did last year against the 49ers, 91-yard bomb to Quez Watkins. So Quez Watkins' biggest asset is going to be the deep ball.
I agree. I agree that he's going to get a lot of opportunities going deep, and rec, basically in the regular season, it's going to all be about AJ Brown. It's all going to be about Devontae Smith, and it's all going to be about Dallas Goedert. But it's all going to be on Quez Watkins to make his name known in that offense. And that's what I think Nick Sirianni did say this, that he was going to have Quez go cross the middle a lot in the offense, even though he's not the offensive play caller, but he would like to see that. And I think Hurts did do that. He basically did was the practice before last. He did catch him a couple of times going across the middle. So I just think that's decent to see, to the point where I feel like that Quez Watkins could have a good year. I'm not saying as good as probably yet last year, because he was honestly the number 2. But
he was the number 2.
But now we got more weapons in AJ Brown and Zach Pascal.
He's like the number 4 because Goddard, because AJ is 1 exactly. So AJ would be 1, Smith would be 2. Goddard would be 3, and maybe 2. It depends, because a quarterback best friend is what? The tight end. So who knows? You know what I mean? Because this is the first time that Goddard will have full control as the number 1 tight end. You know what I mean? Like, he's building that rapport with Hurts. His problem is drops. We saw it at open practice. You know, he was dropping the ball. So I'm hoping.
That's my biggest concern about Dallas Goedert is those drops. He had the potential to have the ball in his hand, but TJ Edwards smacked his arm and he dropped the pass. Like, you got to be stronger than that. You have to, because if you're not, then it is what it is, man. The ball's not going to. You're not going to see the ball. You're going to do more blocking or so forth.
Yeah.
So,
I go to Bergen question, the last one. Quez might be our 1K wide receiver. Like, I think that Bergen is on that. I don't. Hey, I feel about Bergen, man. That's my guy, man. But the only 1K, how I don't see it. I mean, okay, so would you play Quez outside or the slot? Because it depends where you put him at, too. Because outside, he could beat the 1-on-1, I think, because there may not be a lot of safety help over the top because of AJ Brown, Devontae Smith. If you put Smith in the slot and AJ Brown on the outside and then Quez on the outside, so who would you double? You might want to play the safety over the top on AJ Brown and then also keep an eye out on Devontae Smith. So that means Quez could possibly be that outside 1-on-1 burner down. You know what I mean? Is that what our offense is about? Hell no, it's not. So, I mean, that's why I don't see, as Quez being a 1K. Like, I feel like he'll be like a Nelson Aguilar in 2017-18 season, where Nelson had about 700 yards max, I think, because Alshon Jeffries was there, Torrey Smith was there. Zach Ertz had a record-breaking performance for a tight end in NFL history. So a lot went right, but Carson Wentz was also about to be the league MVP, 36 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, you know what I mean? So he was on fire. So I don't see that type of performance, but I'm hoping look, with my record prediction, with my receiving yards, I'm hoping I'm wrong. I'll be willing to eat crow all day. You know what that means? They supersede my expectations, and we are winning a lot more games, and I'm okay with it. But that is just my, I guess I'm not going to say my downer talking or my upper talking. It's just me talking as a realistic fan.
Yeah. And I think Quez Watkins could have a huge season, but he's not going to have 1,000 K. He's not going to have 1,000 yards receiving. He's not.
No.
To be realistic, he's going to have about at most a little over 500, if that. Because if he could do yards after catch, because he's going to be open in the open field, he's going to have to, learn how to break some tackles, especially when linebackers and that third cornerback and even a safety come over and tackle him. He's going to have to learn how to, play that. But overall, man, Bird Gang, I don't know what the hell you be sniffing, but your
it's
dealer need to go
okay.
to jail. Your dealer need to go to jail.
No, I mean, look, it's okay though. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay because today, right? Hey, there was a poll, right? Man, some Viking fans, by the way,
Ooh,
salty out the butt from
mm,
2018 NFC Championship beatdown. He put out a poll of the top 12 annoying fan base, and the Eagles was number one. I mean, it's okay. It's okay for people to say, hey, the Eagle fans are the most annoying. You know why? Because we have been the most consistent team in the NFC, not only the East, but the NFC. We've been winning a lot of playoff games, been a lot of, Super Bowls, like 2 Super Bowls within that time period. I mean, we've been like underdogs. We rise up, we win. I mean, we never get counted out, and our fans are so passionate. So if annoying mean passionate, look, I'll be gladly to wear the torch, the crown of the most annoying fan on my head. That's what it means. We're just passionate. BG is a very passionate fan, and it's okay. You know what I mean? Just like Carl Smith said that, hey, he's seen, like, hey, Teddy Roosevelt play football. You know what I mean? Hey, that's how old as Dusty is. I mean, that's fine. That's fine. You know what I mean? Hey, that's okay. So, he's been around a few years,
yeah.
so he knows how to tone it down a little bit. So just like me, I've been watching, Eagles football for a while, so I know how not to get too high and too low. I'm always like this. Even 2-4, 2-5, we'll be okay. We'll be okay because I've seen this team battle from 2-5, or just go down at a 3-0 start. You know what I mean? So I've seen it all. So I don't get too high or too low. I'm always like even kill. Once in a while I'm like, oh man, yo, he's about to break out or this about to happen. But not to my intent. It's just like because the proof is in the pudding, you know what I mean? All that stuff. But it is what it is.
So yeah, I just wanted to piggyback off of what you said, man. First of all, I applaud Carl for being a Eagles fan for 50 years, watching us for 50 years. You actually seen the Cowboys win their last championship.
Yeah.
You actually watched
50
that.
years. Ugh.
One, two.
It's all
We
good.
could actually say that we won a championship in the last 2 decades. We could actually say that we've been in the NFC Championship numerous of times since then. We could actually say that we
Six
had
times actually.
talent. Yeah, we
Six
had
times since
talent
2000.
almost every single year, man. We went through the Bobby Hoying phase. We went through all those phases with Chip Kelly. We went through Ray Rhodes. We went through all these guys to get here. We have talent on both sides of the ball now. And for us to sit up there and be like, oh, well, Jalen Hurts can't throw, and Miles Sanders needs to sit down and things like that. Like, you're going against your team, man. Just enjoy this season. This is going to be a magical season, man. I'm with Bird Gang with that. But sometimes he takes it far left, and we got to bring him back to earth a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Yep. I like Eagle Man comment up there. He's like, I watched Cunningham as a kid. Eagles need to embrace the ideal they always been and had the most talented mobile quarterback team embrace it. I
Right.
mean, look, Cunningham was a pretty good quarterback. I mean, and some people consider him the best quarterback in the Eagles history. I can't say that because I didn't really watch him play like that, to compare him. I think McNabb was very, very good. I mean, this dude brought us to 5 NFC championships. Like, you know what I mean? 5 NFC championship with the talent he had. Todd Pinkston, Freddie Mitchell, Greg Lewis. Who?
Right.
Like the one time he had T.O., we went to a Super Bowl. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it's a shame that they could not make that work. But the Eagles have always been lacking at the wide receiver position. That kind of caused this team to like put the quarterback. The quarterback had to put everything on his shoulder. So yeah, I could see McNabb. Like, I think McNabb was the best quarterback in Eagles history. Yes, he did not win a championship, but he did so much more with less because Andy Reid was a pass heavy guy. Even though the rest of the league knew exactly what he was doing, he still kept on doing it instead of running the ball. Even in the playoffs in the snow, he still wanted to pass the ball. That's not when you you run the ball when it gets cold. But he was so stubborn. You know what I mean? He just kept on running, passing, which kind of cost us a couple games, but it is what it is. To me, McNabb, until I see some more evidence, yes, I know Nick Foles he caught lightning in the bottle, and Carson Wentz might have been the guy, but Jalen Hurts, who knows? But right now, I see McNabb played 10 years in Philly. Man, he did a lot for the Eagles, always in the playoffs, more than he's not in the playoffs, with less than any other quarterback within the time I watched him play. So I gotta say McNabb until further notice. So
yeah, I gotta say McNabb too, because that's who I basically grew up actually really fully paying attention to football and not just saying we scored a touchdown. I'm actually seeing the X and O's and everything like that on the offensive side. And McNabb did do that for us, man. The only downfall I always have with McNabb is that Super Bowl, man. That Super Bowl.
Super Bowl, man.
I know that's what. Because like, how do you get sick, bro?
That's his first time there, so he can't act like he's been there before because he's never been there before.
But we got to give credit where credit is due. Todd Pinkston.
Todd Pinkston, Freddie Mitchell, Jim Thrash.
Man,
I don't even know these guys.
So we gotta give him kudos. Like he's one of those guys.
He had Westbrook and man, he had that fullback. Shoot, that fullback, man, the beast of a fullback, man, one of the best fullback of all time for the Eagles. Man, what was his name? Bergen had him on his channel. I can't remember his name.
Bergen, what was his name?
Oh man, but look. And besides the running game, McNabb had no one to throw to. One to throw to. So,
but he also had Westbrook. He had Westbrook back there in Deuce. He had Deuce in the
beginning. Yeah. Besides the running game, like Deuce and Westbrook, and he probably had Shady. You know what I mean? He had Shady. McNabb sold his soul. Campbell's chunky suit. Yeah, and he threw it up on the field. Blah. But you know what I mean? Hey, it's okay. But yeah, so
Leonard Weaver.
Weaver. Yeah. So I mean, the running game was always there. The defense was always there. But sometimes you need talent to throw to. It's amazing. One time McNabb had a top flight wide receiver. We went to a Super Bowl. One time in his whole career, a bona fide 50-50 guy that's going to get the ball. We went to a Super Bowl. Don't say D-Jack and Macklin.
No, I'm just asking.
Don't say it. So I'm telling you, don't say it.
So listen, I'm asking you a question because I asked this question at work. Was D-Jack, when he was with us, was he
one-dimensional? Man, he was a one-dimensional guy. I mean, he was literally a deep threat type of guy. And Macklin was more a versatile wide receiver than D-Jack was.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like Macklin could go through the middle, get you the 50-50 tough catches. He could, once in a while go over the top too. But D-Jack to me was more of a punt returner, kickoff returner, like, a skilled guy, a one-dimensional deep threat type of guy. That's why he's one of the top, the best in NFL history and passes over 20 yards. Like, he leads the league. I mean, he might make the Hall of Fame just off of that alone. You know what I mean? Because he did so much deep threat that he put, a lot of teams like, oh my God, we gotta get a guy like D-Jack. We gotta get a guy like D-Jack. We gotta get a fast, you know what I mean? Because of D-Jack, you know what I mean? So it wasn't, but like overall, like Macklin overall was a better skill set of wide receiver than D-Jack was. That's my bias. I mean, I'm not getting too out for it, but
he was because remember, D-Jack couldn't run routes when he was here. He didn't really learn how to run routes until he got to Washington, And then when Washington let him go and he got back with us, he wanted to, prove to them.
Man, he played one game with us. One game, and then he got hurt.
Yeah, he did. He did. No,
I'm DJ had a 200-yard game, and then he pulled a hamstring that never left. He put a groin. He had an oblique surgery. He had an IO. I'm like, goddamn, DJ. Like, yo, how you go to every other team and be healthy for a whole season?
Right.
You come back to Philly, man, you can't stay healthy for a quarter. What the hell going on? Like, to me, I'm like, come on, man. Like, I really wanted to DJ, like, to retire as a Eagle, but man, he could not stay healthy. Like later part, like once we traded him, it seems like every time he came back to the Eagle, hurt. Like but everybody else healthy, busting our head into the white meat every time he played the Eagles. Right. But he couldn't stay healthy for us.
So
yeah, facts.
DJ is never one of those guys that
Oh, Carr Smith is a Cowboys fan.
Yes.
Oh, I forgot. Damn, Carr. You know what?
Oh, man.
I noticed you from my last year live when I was doing play-by-play. I knew you was showing me last year. You know what? Okay. Welcome back, Carr. You know what I mean? My bad, Carr. Welcome back. One of my biggest hater supporter. You know what I mean? I love you, Carr. You my guy. I will always shout you out, Carl. Matter of fact, Carl, if you have a social media or any business, man, put it in the chat and I will shout you out, Carl. Let's go. Come on. Let's go to the next question.
That's very respectful of you because I'm not that advanced and involved yet. I can't do that yet. I want him to be on here talking trash. I would love to get some wisdom from, 50-plus-year-old guy. I would love to do that. 80. But anyway. Do you think? So basically, let me just start it off here. So he did have a press conference today, our interview, basically saying that he wants to be here. Jalen Reagor wants to be here, and he also said that he's doing whatever it takes to get the job done, but he understands that it's a business. So us keeping him, and I know that means you talked about this off camera.
I told you.
Us keeping him. Do you think that he could work his way up and be potentially as good as he is in these practices finally? Because we did get catfish before by him, but right now he's actually doing well, taking the first team reps and also going in on the slot cornerback. So what is your opinion on Jalen Reagor? Do you think that he can move up and possibly get the fourth or the third spot?
Hey, read that super chat before I go because I'm long-winded. So I might take a while. I don't want to ignore, any super chat. Anybody that's showing this channel love.
Thanks for the donation. $5. So I speak Eagles true fans not ready to speak. Hurt season, go Birds. Need to get on with you guys soon. Bird Gang, that's what I'm talking about. Yes, you do. We always have special guests.
Look, you know what? Bird Gang, next week we have Philly Mike coming on. The following week, the following Wednesday, feel free. You will be our special guest. All right, Bird Gang 31. 2 weeks from now, 2 weeks from today, Bird Gang, bring your A gang. You will be our special guest, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Jump your ass on and let's get it. But all right, so hey, look, to answer your question, I would love nothing but if Reagor succeed here. I'm tired of these high draft picks, us, drafting them, give them a few years, and then just get rid of them, and then they go elsewhere and play good. If Reagor, his mindset today, I was like, give me a Reagor jersey. Let me put it on. Like, where's my Reagor jersey at? Oops, I never bought one because he did not deserve my money. You know what I mean? But after today, the way he talked, about him being the number one pick and now he got to fight for his job, this and that. I love that. That's what we want. We don't care. Okay. The Philadelphia Eagle fans are passionate fans for a reason. You can at least try. But him not trying at all and quitting, like holding his head down and tweeting, FDR and all this stuff. No, guy. No. We buy your jersey. We support you, this and that. At least have the respect enough to say, I messed up. That's your job. That's your job. I work for the government. Yo, if I mess up, I get fired. If I mess up, yo, I gotta go and explain myself. I'm sorry, I did X, Y, and Z. Why aren't you held accountable? Why not? Because you're an athlete and you think that you're above the what? What the fans, tweets and the fans' words? No, hell no. Nah. We buy your jerseys and all this stuff. So, but I love the way he's acting right now. And I pray that Howie don't trade him. I want him to stay here. I'd rather Greg Ward go and keep Brown, Quez, Smith, Rager, Covey. Like, those will be my, Brown, Smith, Quez, Rager, Covey. That's and 5.
Zach Pascal.
What about him? And Zach, that's 6. Your Greg Ward to me is like a Jason Avant. You know what I mean? Like, we don't play him a lot. Like Jason Avant, we never really played him a lot. It's just like, he come in on crucial down, he make a one-handed catch. Look, he do like this. Hallelujah, hallelujah. You know what I mean? Yo, that's like, hallelujah. You know what I mean? So that's like a Jason Avant, which is you're taking a spot with talent. Against a first round draft pick. Look, if Ray could succeed here, I love it. Cut Ward, I'll be okay with it. Cut JJ, I'll be okay with it. You know what I mean? Cut Devin Allen, I'll be okay with it. But just keep those 6 guys, and we are set at the wide receiver position for years to come.
We are, and I do want to see Reagor do good with us. Yeah. Like you said, we drafted him number 1 for a reason, and he just got to show out and show off this year. And keep working at it, man. You're going to get...
It starts up here. Yes. And now we're starting to see that he's mentally right up here because, this was the first time I ever seen him talk on camera.
Yeah.
Like, I've never seen him talk on camera. Well, you know what? No. Yo, after the Giants game, he was forced to speak on camera. But this has been a long time coming. So what's going on, Ted? One of my favorites guy. What's up, Ted? Good luck, man. Your season starts in a couple of weeks? Hey, coach right there. Yo, good luck, Ted. I hope you so much success, man. But Reagor, man, if he could right up here, this is where it all start with football. Just like Nelson Aguilar. In 2015, 16, he was like mentally screwed up here. And in 2017, boom. He found his magic, had his best year ever, and we all forgot those, of the previous 2 years. So if he could have a Nelson Aguilar season, I'm telling you right now, the Eagles will be dangerous for years to come with the young wide receiver core. I mean, the best wide receiver core in the whole NFL.
Oh, yeah, you booking it. I was about to say NFC, but you said NFL.
Why? You have 2 number 1 wide receivers, Smith and Brown, easily number 1.
Yeah.
And so now you got Reagor, and if you start balling out, he could be a number 2 or possibly a number 1 on somebody else's team. So now we possibly could have 3 number 1s. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, if everything's work out, that might be good.
Do you think this receiver core is equivalent to when the Green Bay Packers had Jordy Nelson, Devontae Smith, and what's the guy? With
Devontae Adams?
Devontae Adams. And what's his name?
Randall Cobb?
Yeah, Randall Cobb, yeah. You think Reagor could be like a Randall Cobb type?
No, because I think Devontae Adams did not really balled out until those guys left. You know what I mean?
That's when he elevated his game, yes. Because remember they had James Jones.
Yeah, they had James Jones. I think this wide receiver core is more proven because Devontae Smith is a Heisman Trophy winner. None of the Green Bay Packers wide receiver was a Heisman Trophy winner. AJ Brown is a Pro Bowl that's coming to the Eagles. None of those guys was a Pro Bowler coming to another team. You know what I mean? So it just I think that we had the potential of being one of the best wide receiver core in the NFL if Jalen Reagor works out.
Yeah, facts, man. I just want to see Reagor do good here. I want him to be able to keep his job here and not get traded. And then we see somebody else either win a ring or just do well going to another team. But we do got football coming up on Friday.
Yes, we
Yep,
do.
Eagles versus the Jets. What do you think that you will see in this preseason game, or what would you like to see in this
Not
preseason game?
much. I probably see the same thing as open practice. Man. I'm going to see probably Hurst play a 1 or 2 series. If they don't score, that's fine. But how far did they get down the field? You know what I mean? Like, what his completion percentage? You know what I mean? Did he just run out the pocket? If a clean pocket was there, so that's what man I want to see. I'm not putting too much stock and this first preseason, maybe the second one, because the third preseason, I feel like that all the stars is going to sit because there's only 3 preseason now.
Right,
So I mean, I feel like the third preseason and no stars going to play. Maybe Devontae Smith like he did last year. If
right.
he don't, you know, I mean, if he's still hurt, and they try to make sure that his conditioning is right. But for the most part, like I don't expect much. I mean, I expect Monsters to get about 5-6 carries. You know what I mean? I expect Hurst to be in there for 1 or 2 series, just like Nick Sirianni said today. You know, I mean, the Stars, might play 1 or 2 series. That's it. But the second preseason is where I want to see at least a quarter or a half to see if they can at least be consistent. All right. So move the ball, defense come in, stop, then go back. You know what I mean? So one of that. But this first preseason, I mean, look, it's the Jets. I mean, the Jets, we never lost the Jets in NFL history in the
Right.
regular season. So it is what it is. I mean, I'm not worried about it. But the real, I mean, like the true test to me is the open, well, is a joint practice with the Dolphins. The Dolphins have a top 5 defense from last year. They do disguise their blitz a lot. You know what I mean? The zero blitz package. I mean, they literally just bring everybody up to line of scrimmage and then just go. You know, what I mean, just put everybody back. So like the joint practices is what I'm more concerned about. Just like Nick Sirianni said,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
joint practices are more important than the preseason because the preseason, a lot of teams don't play their starters. And now you're putting your starters in with some backups that's fighting for their lives, which is a dirty, situation to be in. So, yeah.
So basically, what I'm looking for is almost the same. Basically, just people going out there doing what they need to do in the first 2 series because he was saying that he wanted to play starters for about 2 series. But I really got my eyes on the rookies, man. I want to see how they coming in and
Okay.
knowing that they're hungry. Also, I want to know who's hungry to stay on the team. Period, because we need to know who we rocking with going into the season. So
Yeah.
that's what I've got my eye on, man. I already know that we're deep in a lot of positions. So I just want to know who's going to want to be here, who's not. That's all. That's all I'm looking for these 3 preseasons. Also working out the injuries. What you say, 13 injuries.
Yep. Yep.
Just working those
Your
out, making sure that
13th
we
non-participant and then
yeah
2 limited. So
limited.
yeah.
Yeah. So just working all that out. I don't want it to sit up there and just put too much on it because the starters are not going to play that much. Even if we lose the game, I just want to know what could we work on? What could we do better? That's all I want to hear from our coaches, our players, things like that, to see what they saw and see how they can improve. But I'm dying to see Jordan Davis, N'Kobe Dean, and those boys, Cam Jurgens, play a couple reps, try to see where we at with it.
Yeah, and you're forgetting too that a lot of the open practice in the preseason are vanilla plays. You know what I mean? Like they're going to show you like the bare minimum, probably the same plays you saw from last year, and you're like, oh my god, the Eagles are running the same play. But then when the regular season comes, it's a whole different ball game. Just
Right.
like we saw last year, at preseason, man, we hardly saw anything. And in the first week, we saw a lot of quick, throws to the wide receivers. Rager scored his touchdown the first week, by the way. You know what I mean? So we saw a lot more a wide open playbook, in the first week. So there's really not a lot to look forward to in preseason. Preseason to me is about getting to hit other guys because you barely get to hit now. So you get to hit, other opponents that's not afraid to hit you back. and you're just trying to get your timing down, your chemistry down. But then you could always put it in place when your chemistry is down. You could always put it in place whenever. So
Yeah, I agree, man. I just can't wait to see, what's going to happen on Friday. I am going to make a video about it. Just to see, I understand it's just preseason, but still,
but there
give
are
us
going to be
something.
some content creators just doing play-by-play. I'm pretty sure that Philly might do a play-by-play because he did last year. A
Okay.
Philly 500 might do a play-by-play for those that can't get the game within their
Yeah.
area.
Yeah.
So they might do a play-by-play. I mean, I might even do one, but I might do in the second preseason because that's also my preseason to do my play-by-play. You know what I mean? Because I gotta get the voice right, you know what I mean? Like the names right on the jerseys. So that might be my preseason also, but I only need one preseason for that, but I don't need all 3 games, so I'm good.
Yeah, man. I understand. Like I'm new to this, so I don't even know if I'm gonna do a play-by-play yet, man. We'll see. But I do want to get on this last topic real quick
Last
before
topic. Let's go.
last topic.
Let's wrap it
Last
up.
topic. Let's talk NBA real quick, man. And then we're gonna sign out.
All right, let's
How do
go.
you? I wanted to ask you this all day, but I already know your situation at work and everything like that. How do you feel about what's going on with KD versus the Nets organization?
I love it. I can't wait to get rid of losers, complainers, soft ass NBA players like KD. Kevin Durant to me, and I tweeted out today, is one of the most weakest NBA player for his talent wise I've ever saw in my 80 years of living. You know what I mean? So I've never seen a wicker guy that just want to go to teams that are stacked already. There's a reason why he had and Phoenix and the
Miami
Heat on his wish list.
radar.
Why?
Yeah.
Because they both were the top seed in their conference. So why would you want to go to a stacked team? I don't know. So to me, get rid of him, you know what I mean? Because the Nets did everything that KD and Kyrie asked them to do. Like, you know what I mean? Remember, KD came there with a season-ending injury, a torn Achilles, right? And he
Yeah.
didn't even play the whole first season. The Nets
No.
still signed him to a max deal.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second, he only played, according to Chris Bassar from First Thing First, like 80 something games, 96 games in 3 years.
Right.
And they still sign you to an extension, a 4-year extension. So they believe in you. But what have you done for them to keep paying you like that? But no, but they want to bow down to you and say, yes, we'll hire Steve Nash. Yes, we're bringing James Harden. They didn't need James Harden. They didn't go and say, hey, we need James Harden. No, James Harden had Brooklyn on his list as a destination because Philly, you know what I mean? Yeah, he probably had Philly too, but they didn't have the access to trade him or whatever it was.
No, we didn't want to give up Ben Simmons at that time.
Yeah. So at that time, boom, y'all didn't want to give up Ben Simmons. So so that was a dead. So now he went to Brooklyn. I mean, to me, the Nets did everything. They did too much. Haven't they learned from the KG, Pierce, and Ray Allen deal when they try to trade? You know what I mean? Like when they traded the whole freaking draft pick from Boston to
Yeah.
man, they traded everything. But they should have learned from that. But
Mm-hmm.
they gave up so many key pieces. Levert, freaking Whittle,
Allen.
Allen. Those
Mm-hmm.
were key pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Russell, even a key piece
Mm-hmm.
that took you to the playoffs
Right.
and the
Right.
bubble without KD and Kyrie. So all you had to do was add one of those guys, and you would have probably been better.
Yeah.
But with that being said, if he does go anywhere, I feel like that the Nets need to get whatever they can, as much as they can, or keep him. Because KD don't like to miss games. He's a baller, so he's gonna play regardless. So it is what it is. So that's my whole situation with that. If you go to the Sixers, I want Joel, I want Maxi, I want your coach, I want everybody. And then you could have KD. If not, I'm keeping KD as right there. He's still on a 4-year deal. I ain't moving him for nothing. Matter of fact, I will rather tank than give up KD for nothing. I don't care. If I'm an owner, I will make a stance. I will make a statement. I signed you for 4 years. I gave you everything I wanted, that you wanted, and now you're gonna do this because of what? No, 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 no. I owned you for 4 years. You're gonna sit out, and I'm gonna find you every day, and then you're gonna lose a lot of money, or you're not gonna play basketball, and then you miss more games did you play over the past 3 years? So your move
KD, the last time KD really led a team to a championship
was never.
What was with the Texas Longhorns. They won the championship
Yeah.
that year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Seriously. So when
Yeah.
we went back, I was talking to my coworker, and we went back to when the Heat beat them in the finals, and we were watching that game, a little bit of the game before customers start coming in and stuff like
The
that.
Heat beat them in the finals when?
20.
When was it in? Well, okay. When LeBron James teamed up with D Wade and Chris. I mean, which was a unfair thing anyway.
It wasn't really Bosh and Wade because honestly, you want me to be honest? James Harden and KD didn't show up in the last couple games.
Well, James Harden wasn't a starter.
He wasn't a starter, but he was. I think he was the sixth man that year.
But he was these guys were so young pups, basically. They
were young, yeah.
Like you talking about 2012, they were young pups back then. James was a sixth man. A KD was, he was doing his thing, but nobody else really showed up. A Westbrook wasn't really a triple-double king back then. You know what I mean? So, man, all this thing, but it was unfair. So it was like the Spurs beating the Cavs. Remember when the Cavs went to the finals? The Spurs swept their ass, and then Tim Duncan was like, all right, LeBron, ain't your turn yet, buddy. But you'll get there. So they'll kind of like a role reversal.
But now you get to KD leaving OKC. Why did he leave OKC for the Warriors?
He wanted a fluid offense that flows. You know what I mean? He just wanted to be a baller.
You just got beat by them. That was kind of suckerish there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, true.
You get into one little fight. I sound like Fresh Prince thing, but you get into one little fight with Draymond Green, and now you don't want to come back to the Warriors.
Yeah.
He wants out. You sit up there and say, "I'm gonna team up with Kyrie."
Yeah, but he went to go to the Knicks, but your Kyrie from somewhere in Jersey, he was like, "Yo, man, hey, let's go." This and that. So now he's a follower, man.
But didn't Kyrie and KD sign on for Steve Nash to be the coach?
They handpicked Steve Nash because Nash was with KD at the Warriors.
Right.
When he was there, you know what I mean? The whole shooting motion and everything. So yes, it did.
So that's what I don't understand. What is this whole debacle about, really? And then to answer your question that you asked me off, the debacle between it's either KD or Sean Marks and Steve Nash, that debacle. Because I don't understand that wholeheartedly at all. But he was saying that they couldn't lead, but you can't lead. You can't. You're a great scorer, and that's about it. You're a great team defensive player because you can't guard nobody one-on-one. Really, if they put a body on you, you can't.
Who?
KD.
Well, he's actually a better defensive player than people think.
Because he played with Golden State. Golden State no. Playing that type of defense.
Even with the Nets, he was blocking shots. Come on, man. Just like I told you. Look, I'm telling you right now. KD could play defense. He could block a lot of shots. Matter of fact, he was part of MVP conversation, and they brought up his shot blocking, averaging over 1 point something per game for a guy that don't play the center position. That's pretty good. So he could block shots because his timing is impeccable. You know what I mean? He could meet you just like LeBron James does the chase block, but KD, you know what I mean? He could time you right. So, I mean, look.
I'm saying this to say this. A lot of people are speculating, just like you just said, KD to the Sixers. As much as I know, if we got KD, we would be the favorites right now to come out the East and win the championship.
Wait, time out. Who would you give up? Because the Nets is not taking no bench players for KD.
No,
what starters would you give up?
Because I'm dating on it. It's not. I don't want him on my team.
Okay, yeah, but go ahead.
I don't want him on my team. But in reality, you already know that you're going to have to give up Maxey. You already know you're going to have to give up Tobias. You already know you're going to have to give up Thibault. And a couple picks.
One more. Hey, we need more player.
No, you don't.
Yes, we do.
No, you don't. All you got to do is match that salary. Y'all going to give us KD and probably Steph Curry.
It's not about the salary matchup.
Or Joe Harris.
It's about that the Timberwolves give up 4 first-round picks for the Gobert, and some players. So you're going to give up at least 4 first-round picks and at least 4 players. So you're going to give up, and you know what? You only going to get maybe.
Y'all have Furkan Korkmaz.
No. I want Shake Milton.
You can have them. Go ahead.
Okay, all right, cool. And then, y'all going to get Harris and KD because that's how the trade is looking at right now. You know what I mean? A Harris, KD.
That's a reasonable trade.
Your first round, trade. But they want Joel Embiid.
No.
The Nets want Joel.
No.
Well, ain't no problem.
Hell no. You're not. No.
I mean, is Maxey an all-star?
I don't even like.
Is Maxey an all-star?
Maxey's an all-star? He has the potential to be.
No, I don't give a damn about potential. Is he an all-star? I don't give a rat's ass about potential. Is he an all-star? Okay. Sean Marks and our owner wants a all-star right now. Who the hell you gonna give us that's all-star?
We don't have anybody to give.
We want Joel Embiid. Okay, then the trade's off.
Right.
No more conversation.
But that's what I was talking about.
See, that's what I'm saying.
I don't want
unless you're gonna give me Tobias, Maxey, Thibault, Shake Milton, and 4 first-round picks.
I do not want KD for all that.
But it's not your decision. But unless
it's not my decision,
gonna give me.
I'm speaking my choice.
All right. So let's just say, hey, they did this. Tobias, Maxey, Thibault, Shake Milton, and 4 first-round picks. Do you think getting KD and Harris that didn't play all last year with a foot fracture or whatever would make you the favorite with owning James Harden? Joel Embiid last year surprised me because he's been hurt every year besides last year. So he's like a Carson Wentz to me. You never know. You got to hold your breath. You know what I mean? When he flops, see, and that's why I don't understand with Joel Embiid. You are like glass. Why flop so much? Like Shaquille O'Neal never flops.
Yes, he did.
You know what I mean?
He fell down a lot.
What? Wait. Shaquille O'Neal never flopped. He got fouled a lot, but he never flopped. Wait. This era, if you get in the hack like Shaquille O'Neal was getting back then, you automatically gonna get the foul calls. So there's no need to flop. Just go hard, go up strong as a center, as big as you are. But the minute you touch and all this, like I hate watching the Sixers play. You know what I mean? I would not root against them until they play against the Nets. I hate watching them play. Every single one of those players, when James Harden came on, it seemed like that everybody started acting even more and more and more. But Joel Embiid is a flopper. The minute you're like, because you know why? Because that's the trend of the NBA now. It's like, It's just like, a regards if you hit him or not. It's just like you flare your hand. And I told you that. I told you. I'm like, yo, this is ridiculous. I can't watch this game no more because every time he do this, like, yo, his hands like, I'm foul. No, yeah, I mean, yo, that's ridiculous.
The only thing that you said that I agree with you on is that he
with James Harden.
No, he only needs to go straight up straight up to the basket and dunk the ball.
Yes,
go up strong. That's the only thing I agree with you on because that's how we lost the game against the Bucks. It was a game against the Bucks and Giannis blocked his shot, and I'm like, yo, why didn't you just go up strong and dunk it? So I do criticize, just like we criticize Jalen Hurts, I do criticize Joel Embiid as well. Now, I will say this. I'm not a fan.
Jenks is laughing. Your Jenks know I'm right. Jenks know I'm right.
I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of the flop. I'm not a fan of any of those things, right? But everybody in the NBA do that.
It doesn't matter, though.
Everybody in the NBA do it.
Joel Embiid
You call out Joel Embiid so much.
And you know why? Because I watched the Sixers all y'all more.
On Twitter say, why is he flopping?
Because I watch. Okay, I'm a Nets fan, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I do have a soft spot for the Philly sports, overall, because I mean, I'm an Eagles fan. I don't want to see my Eagle fans that, Sixers and Philly fans get hurt. You know what I mean? I still want to support them.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I have to be true to, I'm from Jersey. I'm from South Jersey. So, I love my Nets. There are Los Angeles Nets or Sacramento Nets. They are originally from New Jersey Nets. That's where I'm from. So, I mean, I do support but I watch the Sixers more than I watch any other team besides the Nets and that's why I'm able to say, golly, Embiid. Yeah, I told you, if Harden did not go to the Sixers, Embiid would have won the MVP. You did not want to believe me. Harden kind of hurt Embiid because people saw as he had more.
Regardless,
he had more. Because he had 3 months to make up for that. He had 3 months to make the Sixers get in the playoffs, to make them at least a top 3 seed, whatever. Without Harden, I promise you, if Harden never came, Embiid would have won the MVP because Jokic did it by himself. I don't care what you say. Murray was out and Porter was out. You take out Maxey, you take out Tobias Harris, how far do y'all go? Take out Maxey, take out Tobias, how far do you go? Go ahead.
So you saying,
and don't take out Maxey, take out Tobias, don't put Harden on there. How far do you go?
You're saying the Nuggets didn't have anybody but Joker.
They did not.
Okay.
They did not know. They did not have no other superstar or star besides Jokic. I promise you. Just go look at it. They didn't have nobody.
Nobody that you know.
Nobody that made an all-star game.
They went to the playoffs, bro. And they was fighting.
Because of Jokic. You're making my point.
Hear me out. They were fighting to get to the playoffs. We had a better record than them.
With a better team. With the better players.
We didn't have better players. James Harden was shooting 4 for 11.
Yo, that makes... hey, look. That's not my problem that your superstar can't shoot. That's not my problem. Your superstar can't shoot. But you still have stars on that team. Superstars. All-stars. Tobias Harden. Embiid. I'm sorry. I mean, he's a star enough for y'all to pay him max contract.
No,
that y'all stuck with.
Idiots.
That's not my problem. My problem is, as a Nuggets fan, I'm watching, outside looking in. I'm like, wait, the Sixers have a better team than us.
So the Nuggets didn't have
Jokic was the point guard.
He didn't have Eric Gordon.
Who?
They didn't have Eric Gordon.
No,
they did have Eric Gordon.
Who?
Aaron Gordon.
Yeah. I don't know who that is.
That's one. Bones Holland. They had him.
Who? Man, get.
Never mind, bro.
See, and that, you just naming names.
Okay.
Aaron Gordon. What probably became what? What, the trade deadline?
Who?
Aaron
Gordon.
Gordon.
Yeah, the same time that James Harden got to the Sixers.
Okay, but you still had Maxey, Tobias Harris, James Harden, Embiid. So you
Tobias,
telling me?
Tobias?
Are you telling me that
on, man.
that Embiid, wait, that Jokic and Aaron Gordon could get can beat these four, like 4-2?
Jinx, you know who that is. Aaron Gordon from.
I don't even know who that. See, Jenks, that's what I'm talking about, Jenks. He was in a slam like who that is?
He was playing for the Magic
like 7 years ago. I get it. Yo, I know exactly who Aaron Gordon is, and I thought that was a good trade. By the way, and I think that kind of helped him out a little tiny bit, but he wasn't putting up the numbers he was putting up at the Magic. But James Harden, right? He took the pressure off Maxey. His points went up. And B, you know what I mean? False. Everybody got better.
That's false.
That's not false. That's not false.
So
go. You know what? Hey, you know what? Listen. Bet me $10 that Tyrese Maxey at scoring average does not go up when James Harden's got there.
I'm not saying that.
Bet me $10. I'm
saying that Tyrese Maxey was having a way better year before James Harden got there.
Whoa.
The previous season.
Well, that makes no sense. If we're talking about one season and talking about previous season, I'm talking about the season currently. Maxey numbers started going up when James Harden got traded to them. Right? True or false? Because I'll bet you $100 right now that Maxey numbers are way better after James Harden. Don't embarrass yourself on national. Hey, don't embarrass you on national YouTube right now. Don't embarrass yourself. Maxey numbers went up once James Harden got traded there. Bet me $100 right now.
I ain't betting nothing.
Okay, then. Then don't talk to me because I know because I'm a sport junkie. I watch all these games.
But what I'm saying is,
my Bulls are going to beat you, Bo. Bulls, trade everybody. Yo, is Michael Jordan still play for the Bulls?
No, not Scottie.
Wait. Shoot. When did Michael Jordan leave? Oh man, I thought Michael Jordan was playing for the Bulls all the time, and Scottie and Rodman and Kukoc and Steve Kerr. None of them still play there. Damn, man, I thought that AK was talking about the 1995 Bulls or something. My bad, AK. Get out of here with them Bulls. Get out of here.
Oh, man, it was a great episode, man. You know, we do this every week, 7 o'clock. Faithfully. JC, tell them where they can find you at, bro.
Hey, man, look, on Twitter, man. I have a job where, like I'm a hitman, right? But if I don't got no hits, right? Like, if I don't have no contract to go kill somebody, I'm behind my computer. So I sit behind my computer all day and I'm on Twitter, JC Sports Talk 20 for Brian Dawkins, number 20. So JC Sports Talk 20, go follow me on Twitter because I'm on there. I'm posting, I'm retweeting. I'm like on there 24/8. You know what I mean? Like out of 24 hours, I'm there for 8 hours. So, you know what I mean? I'm there for 8 hours because after that, I'm not on Twitter no more. But just go check me out on Twitter and also on Instagram at JC Sports Talk. Go Cowboys. Man, you showed up too late, and thank God because we did not talk about your Cowboys at all. Thank you, Jesus. We did not think about it. Nah, you know what I mean? Cowboys are irrelevant. Hey, we are not even going to talk about what Michael Irvin said about Jalen Hurts. That, oh my God, I'm terrified by Jalen Hurts. I'm afraid what, Philadelphia Eagles are brewing over there. Dynasty. Hey, you tell Michael Irvin to shut his mouth because he picked the Cowboys to win the Super Bowl every year. You tell Michael Irvin, shut his mouth. Yeah. We don't need his support at all. Tell him to go back to NFL Network and pick the Cowboys because he is a Jenks fool. We don't want him on the Eagles. We don't even want the Philadelphia Eagles names, like the team name, the player, the logo, the stadium coming out of his mouth, all right? So we don't want nothing to do with Michael Irvin. Anyway, thank you for tuning in, Cool Cowboy. My guy, thank you for tuning in. But you can also find me on Instagram, JC Sports Talk. On Facebook, I'm on Facebook hard too. JC Sports Talk on Facebook. I'm on Facebook. That's where you can find me. And of course on YouTube, JC Sports Talk on YouTube. On the way to 3K. Help your boy out. And I will be doing play-by-play. And the man cave, the Eagles Den, is about to come to life in the next couple weeks. And I can't wait to show y'all what I've been building all along. Thank you.
Man, you already know me on this channel, man. King DV Sports. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram. And I'm on Facebook. Well, I have a Facebook page. I don't have an actual Facebook account. It's just a page. So Facebook, Instagram, King DV Sports, and Twitter, King DV Sports, all one word, man. But like I always say, man, go Birds. We check y'all next week. Peace.
Hey.